Well, welcome back to another Cooper's Leather. Today what we are going to do is repair this little Sam Brown clip here. So over time these get worn and split and very loose. As you can see here, this one here has become quite loose, and when you're wearing it, it can come off. So what we're going to do is replace this with a large popper that looks quite decorative. First we just need to remove the Sam Brown. So this just has a little screw right there, so we'll just unscrew that. Grip onto the screw itself and then give it a twist. It can come quite slippery, so if you just get something to grip it. And then you can just twist it off. There we go. That is a Sam Brown pin clip attachment. So it's just for push studs. So you can just push it through the hole, and then that's all it is. So what we are going to do is replace it with this quite heavy duty. Because it's a bracelet, it needs to be heavy duty. So that attaches to that bit, and that attaches to that bit. So that to that, that to that. So this is a lot bigger than the actual leather itself. But what we're going to do is keep that hole there. I'm just going to make sure that fits in. Fit in the hole. So what we'll do is we'll put that as that one, and then this one here we'll put through that hole there. We may even put a bit of glue. There's a small little gap in the leather there. So what we'll do is we'll put a small bit of glue into that just to stop it from splitting anymore, and then we'll need to trim down something, trim it down to make it all fit. Okay, so I just glued it off camera because it takes a little bit of time for the glue to dry. So this bit we're going to put through here. That's the back of the push stud. That's going to go to the back, but that's a little extrude. That is a little bit wider than the actual leather itself. You can see either side of the leather it sticks out. So what we're just going to do is take some clippers and we're going to just square that around, and then take some files and make sure. So what we're going to do is just going to clip it down as close to the edge. We can make a mark in it, and then what we can do is get our pliers, and that will just come off easy once we have made the mark in the first place. Sometimes you need to, because it's a flat bit of metal, it's sometimes a little bit tricky to get going, so I'll just take it in from the edge. There we go, we've made the initial break, and then what we'll do is we'll come from the other side now. Hopefully we've done enough just to be able to snap it off. Get another pair of pliers involved. There we go. Just snapped off nicely there. Now looking at the other side, so what we're going to do is clip it down, try and get that side as flush as possible to make it square. There we go, we are getting it square now. There we go, and then we'll just clip it down. Put a bit of pressure onto it. See how that's. Okay, we've got the mark. We've made the mark. We've made. Might just have scored it enough to be able to snap it off again. It's a little bit trickier to snap this side now because you've got no leverage on the other side, so you just have to try and clip it as best as possible. Need to come back in with the pliers. So what we're going to do now is we're going to use this set of pliers on the, let's see if we can just, there we go, we've got some movement now.
You and me, we meant to be.
There we go, so we've managed to get that down. Make it a little bit more flat. It will fit between the two leather, the leather strap a bit better. So now what we need to do is do the same for this bit here to make that fit a little bit better. So now the tricky part we are trying to do is, because it's flat metal, we're just trying to clip it down. So it sits between the two bits of metal nicely.
You and me, we're meant to be.
I tried this originally with smaller poppers, but the smaller poppers just they didn't hold together very well. So I thought I'd change it for a larger popper, for sentimental reasons. The people that asked me to fix these, they wouldn't want it to fall off and lose. So that's why I'm just putting a larger clip onto it. Just so they don't get lost. Okay, so now those bits are now cut off. They will fit between the leather a bit better now. Just going to take a file now and then just file off the rough edges around. That will also thin it. we've smoothed those off nicely, so there's no cutty, jaggy edges, nice and smooth, and that will fit nicely in between the leather now. It'll fit between the leather, just like that. So now what we just need to do is do the same with the bottom piece. Okay, so now we have those bits trimmed down to a size where they can fit nicely. We need to put these pins in. So the best way to do that is to get a little punch, and it comes with this little seat thing so you can sit it in and it doesn't deform the popper. Sometimes it's good to put it on an anvil. So when in doubt, call in a mini anvil. Here we go, there's my anvil. It's the mini anvil. That just goes on top. So there's a flat side and then there's a sort of concaved side, and if you see with the poppers, this bit here is slightly concaved and that fits nicely within that concaved bit just there. And then that just goes on top, so that itself has a little divot in it, so that will splay the inside of the popper. And what you do is get your hammer and bash it. Okay, so that's the first popper on. That's nice that it doesn't wobble, it still sticks. It's quite a nice large button, so it's a little bit decorative as well. But the most important thing is it's hard to undo. So that means it's gonna stay there and it's not gonna undo and you're gonna lose it. So that's the most important. So now with this is just the same, but you can use the the flat side because that will bend it in if you use the concave. So you're looking for the flat side. There we go. And then what happens is you put the stamp in, and then what it does is this bit in the middle gets splayed over, and it gets just so it's, give it a small whack. So that sits in like that, and then hit the top. Obviously need to hit it a little bit harder. So we'll come back to that once I've split that over. Okay, and there we go. One push studded popper in. Both sides. And then it clips. And there we go. And the good thing is, it takes some to get it off. Well, thank you very much for watching this very quick repair job. Well, thank you very much. I've been Cooper's Leather. You've been absolutely brilliant for watching. Why don't you like, subscribe, and even leave a comment down below? Thank you very much.